Hello, and welcome to another presentation of Take 5 with Tekla. I'm your host, Michael Bugby, Application Specialist for the Concrete segment. Today's video is going to show you how you can quickly bring in PDFs into your Tekla model, set your grid up very quickly, set your levels up, and then scale the PDFs, arrange them where they need to go, and then start modeling from there. So what I've done is just created a new Tekla model here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my grid. So I'm going to make sure that my grid selection switch is pressed, and then I'm going to double click on my grid system. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically kind of clean this out so I really just have an insertion point for it. So in my X and Y coordinates, I'm going to clean those out to where I only have a 0 and a 0. So what that's going to do is that's going to create a tiny little grid, just basically grid intersection A1. Now what I will leave or need to set up is my Z elevation. So my Z elevations are going to be for my different levels that I'm going to use. So I can automatically have those views created. So when I'm inserting my PDFs, I can insert them at the correct elevation. So I'm just going to leave them default of foundation, top of slabs 0, next floors 10. So then I'm going to hit modify. I'm going to get the message to change the coordinates. We'll delete manually created grid lines. I don't have any, so I'm going to click yes. And so now you can see that we have our just grid intersection at A1. I'm going to go in and insert in my PDF document. So I'm going to go to the File, Insert PDF document. I'm going to browse to it. So I'm going to browse to my PDF that I have selected. Even though it asks me the scale, I don't know what the scale is, so I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to scale it up after the fact. And we are going to work with the page number. So I just happen to know my page for my foundation is on page 2. So I'm going to hit OK. And what that's doing is that's taking that PDF and converting it to a DXF in order for me to read it in. Oh, so there we go. So you can see it's a pretty simple one, so it came in pretty quickly. So now all I need is to figure out a distance for me to use. So this one they didn't dimension any of the grids, but I do have footing dimensions. So you can see that my footings are 48 by 48. So what I can do is I'm going to utilize the reference model scale extension that can be downloaded from the warehouse, and a link will be provided in the email that you received or in the comments below. So I'm going to activate this tool, and it's going to ask me to pick the reference model to scale. So I'm going to select my reference model, and then I'm going to pick 2 points. So I know this is a 48 by 48, so I'm going to pick 2 points to represent that 48 inches. And Tekla is going to ask me what the actual length of that is. So I'm going to put 48, hit OK, and then that scaled it up correctly. So I always come in and check to make sure that the dimensions are what they need to be, and it is. Now the only thing I need to do is adjust my location for this. So let's just find a grid intersection and say, all right, A3 right here. We'll put that onto our A1. So I'm going to move, and I'm going to right click, do the intersection there, and I'm going to place it right there. So now I can fit my work area to my entire model, like so. Now I want to insert in another one on the first floor. So the first thing I can do is I can create my views from my grid. So I want to deselect that, grab my grid, right click, create view along grid lines, create, open up my plan at +10. So now I'm going to bring in my second story PDF. So I'm in my plan at +10. So I can go to my file, insert PDF document, browse to it. And we bring it in. So now we just need to scale it up. So I'm just going to pick a distance here, 3, 3.5. Select it, point there, point there. Actually 39.5. So now it's scaled it up. Now looking at it, also I need to rotate this as well. So I'm just going to select it, do a move special rotate, select here, -90 degrees, move, and so now we're looking at A3, so there's 3, that should be A right there. So we will move, and I will pick the intersection of here. Now I go to my 3D view. You can see that my drawings are lining up. They're on different elevations. And now your 3D view is going to be the only one that you're going to really be able to see all of them. So you can see when I go to my +10, I don't see that. However, if I want to, I can always go to the reference model list and hide the ones that I don't need to. So I can hide either one. So thank you for your time. Hopefully you learned something. And be on the lookout for more Take 5 with Tekla videos. You can always go to our YouTube channel to view previous videos that we have done. Thank you very much.